So today we are going to start organic compounds of importance. Okay. So basically today's lecture is very short. Okay. So I will only take minimum class today. Okay. So whatever we will support to do today, we will complete tomorrow. Okay. Don't worry about that. So organic compounds all contain covalently bond carbon and hydrogen atoms, and perhaps other elements as well. In the human body, there are four major groups of organic compounds. One is carbohydrates, lipids, proteins, and nucleic acids. So here, what is explaining that in the body, we have organic compounds. Okay. So in the last topic, I explained about the difference between organic compound and inorganic compound. The major difference is what are the substances which produce our organs or other systems which are capable to uh, do the work. Okay. So as that reason, we will able to need those things. So our body will produce those things. So like example, carbohydrates. Basically, it is produced in food. Okay. It is produced in every food, mostly sugar products. So in the sugar products, we have carbohydrates. But our digestive system work like that. Whatever carbohydrates it present in the food, it will absorb. Okay. So then only it will convert it into carbohydrates. So that's the reason we are calling this organic compound. As well as in the organic compound, okay, in organic compound, we have covalent bond. Covalent bond. What are those bonds? Carbon and hydrogen. So mostly carbon and hydrogen are present in every organic compounds, but in some cases, we have other elements also. Okay. So basically, first we will talk about carbohydrates. What are carbohydrates? How many types of carbohydrates are there? So we will talk today. Carbohydrates. Carbohydrates means we have carbon, we have hydrogen. So combination of carbon and hydrogen, we will get carbohydrates. So from the carbohydrates, we will get energy for cell respiration. So in the last cell respiration topic, we talked about that we have glucose, that is carbohydrates. We have oxygen, we have carbon dioxide, we have water, ATP, and heat. So with the help of oxygen, all these are getting into touch. Okay. So that's the reason we need oxygen to do any type of work. So we have energy in the carbohydrates. Okay. All carbohydrates contain carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen and are classified as monosaccharides, disaccharides, oligosaccharides, and polysaccharides. Basically, the carbohydrates are classified into according to the carbon, according to the hydrogen, and according to the oxygen. It will divide into some types. We have one type monosaccharides, we have second type disaccharides, we have third type oligosaccharides, and fourth type polysaccharides. Basically, the saccharide, what does mean saccharide? Saccharide means sugar. What is meant by saccharide? It meant by sugar and indicates how many are present. Okay, saccharide means sugar. Poly means how many number of sugars are present. It indicates poly, mono, di, oligo. Okay, so we will talk about each and everything here, but it is the introduction part. Okay, whatever things are studying about biochemistry, basic chemistry, these are the introduction part. we will talk in detail in the subject called biochemistry. In that, we will talk about what are the chemical changes occurs in the body. We will talk in detail. Basically, so here we need the basics. Okay, monosaccharides. Mono means single, saccharide means sugar. Single sugar means these are the simplest forms of sugar. Here the formula is 6 carbon, 12 hydrogen, 6 oxygen. Okay, so that's the reason these are the very uh, easily absorbable in the body. Okay, here we have fructose and galactose. Okay, in the fructose and galactose we have the same formula C6H12O6. Okay, monosaccharides. But the physical arrangement of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen atom in each differs from that of glucose. This gives each hexo sugar a different three-dimensional shape. The liver is able to change fructose and galactose to glucose, which is then used by the cells, the process of cell respiration to produce ATP. So basically, whatever sugars, whatever carbohydrates we eat, okay, these are in the type of monosaccharides, single sugar components. Then afterwards, after absorbing, our liver divided these sugars, okay, to absorb. So liver do metabolism. For the metabolism, the monosaccharides will convert into glucose. Okay, glucose. Okay, then this glucose is utilized by our cell in the cell respiration to produce ATP, energy. Okay, understood? So don't confuse. Okay, so these are the basics. If we want to know about the detail, we will talk in biochemistry. So monosaccharides means you have to remember that monosaccharides means single sugar substances. And second thing you have to remember that after the absorption, it need to go to the liver for the metabolism. Then afterwards, it will convert into the glucose. Then only it will utilize in cell respiration and used as ATP. This thing you have to remember. Okay. Then second type we have that monosaccharide. Monosaccharides is pentose, means 5 carbon sugar. So if they added more sugar to the more sugars, then the absorption, then the metabolism is more tougher. Okay. They are not involved in energy production, but rather are structural compounds of the nucleic acids. So basically monosaccharides, these sugars are used in for nucleic acid. Whatever nucleus we have, it will utilize in. Okay. Then in this we have, sorry, here in the DNA we have deoxyribose. So the deoxyribose is the genetic material of chromosomes. Okay, so RNA, we have DNA, RNA. Okay, DNA, RNA. RNA is the part of ribosome. DNA, we have deoxyribose nucleic acid, which is essential for protein synthesis. Okay, so you have to remember that monosaccharides have 5 sugars. Okay, so where it is needed, like monosaccharides, it is used in cell respiration. So where did monosaccharides utilize? It is utilized in nucleus of DNA and RNA to produce protein synthesis. Okay, you have to remember this only. Okay, next we have disaccharides. Disaccharides mean double sugars made up of 2 monosaccharides. Means 1 monosaccharides plus 1 monosaccharides is equal to disaccharides. Okay. Sucrose or cane sugar, for example. Here, what is the example of disaccharide? Sugar cane. have one glucose and one fructose. So these are the things which are present in the food. Disaccharides are digested into monosaccharides, then used for energy production. So I am telling that, so if the glucose are double, then it will take time to digest. So disaccharide will convert it into monosaccharide. Monosaccharide is converted into the glucose. Then glucose is utilized as ATP by the cell respiration. So understood? Disaccharide will have double sugars, but only monosaccharides is utilized by nucleic acids. Then we have oligosaccharides. Oligosaccharides means consist of 3 to 20 monosaccharides. Okay, oligosaccharides. But where did it utilize? It is utilized for to make antigens. So whatever antigens are made by the help of oligosaccharides. Okay. So basically, so we talked about oligosaccharides. So where oligosaccharide is utilized to make antigens. Antigens means our body, in whatever infection we will have in the body, our body immune system produce antigens to kill those infection substances. So these oligosaccharides are stored and they utilized to make antigens. Okay, an example we have surface in blood group. You notice that our blood group is O positive, A positive, B positive, AB positive, A negative, B negative, AB negative. So these are those antigens by the help of oligosaccharides we make. Okay, then we have polysaccharides. Polysaccharides, we have thousands of glucose. So if you take monosaccharide diet, it will easily digestible. If you take disaccharide diet, it will easily absorb. But oligosaccharides and polysaccharides, it need more time to digestion and by the utilization of the body. So whoever have diabetic patients, who advise the patient to avoid polysaccharide and oligosaccharide diet. Okay, like we have starches are branch chain of glucose and produced by plant cell to store energy. Like we have rice is the example of polysaccharides. Okay, so in the need more substance to digest oligosaccharides. Next we have glycogen. What is glycogen? Glycogen is the storage form of glucose. First we eat food, this is the food, enter into the body, absorption, then enter into the liver for the metabolism, then the body is use the glucose. If the excess amount of glucose is present in the body, then our body will store this as glycogen. Glycogen is the, like example, this is like fat, first form of fat. Then afterwards it will convert into the lipid. Then afterward it will convert into fatty acids. Okay, I think you understood about glycogen. What is meant by cellulose? Cellulose is nearly straight a chain of glucose molecules produced by plant cell as a part of the wall. We have no enzyme to digest the cellulose. We consume as a part of vegetables and grains as it passes. Like cellulose is nothing but fiber. These are the fibers which are present in the body, will not utilize, it will not absorb, will not digestion, will not get metabolism, but it will excrete from the peristalsis movement from the body. Okay, so there's the reason doctors on there and everyone advise high diet fiber, okay, to excrete whatever not necessary things from the body for the, and also for constipation, okay, for colon healthiness. Okay, so you need fiber. Okay, here we have the carbohydrates box. You need to study this box and write down this box. We have glucose, fructose, deoxyribose, everything here, monosaccharides, disaccharides, oligosaccharides, polysaccharides, polygo many, oligo few, disaccharide double, monosaccharide single. Okay, understood about the topic called carbohydrates? Everyone, I'm audible for everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good.
Okay, sir. Okay.
So next topic we have lipids, but today I am unable to continue the lecture. Some work I have. Okay, sorry for that. We will continue the lecture tomorrow definitely. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for the cooperation. We will see you tomorrow.